Okay, hi guys, Aussie Share Trader. I'm going to be talking about cryptocurrency, and I know what you're thinking. This is a channel about the Aussie stock market and trading, but this is just something that's really caught my imagination the last probably 3-4 weeks. Just watching what's going on with it all, and the theatre of it all, and the chatter. I've just become very interested, and I've joined a lot of groups, and I listen to a lot of people talking about crypto and why they want it to succeed. And there's a lot of different reasons. Everyone has a different reason, and it really concerns me. It just concerns me that people are getting so wrapped up in this crypto, and they really don't understand the consequences of what it might entail socially to change a whole monetary system, as the system will do if it catches on. Will be a massive social upheaval. And I've been looking for some intelligent debate. And I'm not talking about me debating this. I'm talking about people who understand what will happen if the currency changes, and can answer the questions. Because all I've got at the moment, really, you look at YouTube, and you've basically got kids who are trying to give advice about how to make money, and they think they're geniuses because these cryptocurrencies are going up, but they really don't have any understanding of the long-term effects. And I'm not saying that it's good or it's bad. I'm just saying that questions need to be asked and answered before we go headlong into this. And I'm not talking about buying them to make money in the short term. I'm talking about if Bitcoin itself becomes a recognized currency around the world, what sort of effect will that have on the whole economic system? So I'm really eager for some thinkers in the world to debate this, because at the moment there's no debate. It's just a boom that's going on, and lots of hype, and no real substance to the hype. So I'm eager to find people out there who can look into the future and predict what's going to happen socially. Don't care about Bitcoin going to $100,000. I want to know what will happen, how that will affect society if it goes to $100,000 and it becomes a main currency. So that's what this video is about. It's mainly going to ask lots of questions, not really answer them, and hopefully you guys out there can have some intelligent debate. I don't want to hear about how great crypto is and all that sort of stuff. There's enough of that on the internet. I want people who can have an intelligent conversation to engage and give me some good reasons why crypto is better or why it's not, and and perhaps we can take this whole conversation to a new level. So, crypto versus fiat currencies, who should win the war? Okay, so sorry about that. Now here we go. So, crypto versus fiat. Okay, so what is cryptocurrency? And this is the Wikipedia definition. A cryptocurrency is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange that uses cryptography to secure its transactions, to control the creation of additional units, and to verify the transfer of assets. Now, that on its own sounds great. So it's encrypted, and it is secure, and it controls the creation of additional units, and it verifies. So it just sounds very secure, and on the face of it, crypto sounds fantastic. So you can't argue with that description, that it seems like a good form of currency. As compared to fiat, is a currency without intrinsic value established as money, often by government regulation. It has an assigned value only because the government uses its power to enforce the value of a fiat currency or because the exchanging parties agree to its value. Now, reading that, reading those two definitions, I think a rational person would say that cryptocurrency sounds better. It sounds more stable. The rules are in place. They can't be tampered with. So on the pure definition, I can understand why people are interested in crypto and why some people say it's the currency of the future. Now these are the differences, and these are the differences that everyone agrees upon. So nothing controversial here, I don't think. Okay, so crypto is decentralized. Fiat currencies are centralized, controlled by the reserve banks or the governments, depending on the country. Crypto is deflationary, where fiat is inflationary. And that goes without saying. And crypto is finite, where fiat is infinite. And they're the three main differences, as far as I can tell, between the crypto and the fiat. And I don't think that anything can be argued on that basis. But a lot of questions have to be asked and answered before I can convince myself that cryptocurrency is better. So, and these are questions I haven't really seen answered myself. And that is a decentralized currency actually better? Will it be better? Will it be more stable if it's not controlled by a government? Will it provide for greater social justice? Will it be fairer? Will a decentralized currency narrow the gap between the haves and the have-nots? And the next question, is narrowing the gap between the haves and the have-nots actually good for society? So that these are questions that I think have to be debated on each of those points. So then we go into deflationary currency, same questions. Is it actually better to have a deflationary currency? Will it provide greater social justice? And will it narrow the gap between the have and the have-nots? And is that actually good for society? Is it motivating to think that everyone gets the same, no matter how hard you work? Is that motivating for people? And also finite currency, we ask the same questions again. So I myself, and I assume other people, want to know the answers to these questions, and we want the debate to actually begin, and not just get shouted out by anarchists and teenagers about cryptocurrency being the way of the future, the great wealth transfer, all this crap that we listen to. I personally really need answers about if it is actually better. So then all these other questions come into my mind as someone who has lived in this world for nearly 44 years and built up some assets. I want to know what will happen to these assets in a deflationary monetary system. How does that work when they no longer can go up in value? And what will happen to debt? Is it even possible to have debt in a finite deflationary system? See, that almost makes no sense to me, because if assets are going down in value, if it's deflationary, who would take on debt? Who would actually even spend money? So, and that's the next question. Will deflation of currency cause people to hoard their money? If the currency is sort of going up in value constantly, people, in my opinion, may get scared to spend. And, I need a counter argument to that for it to make sense to me. And next question, is hyperdeflation a risk? We talk about hyperinflation when economies collapse. What about hyperdeflation? Is that a risk? And will the gap between the haves and the have-nots increase to never before seen levels if hyperdeflation happens? Now, that may be a good question or a silly question, but it's definitely a question in my mind, And I've never seen anyone answer that question. And this is the debate that we need to have. And these questions need to be answered before we go headlong into these new cryptos. A few more questions. Will hyperdeflation exacerbate hoarding, causing each bit, what does it say? As each Bitcoin, just get rid of the word causing, as each Bitcoin becomes more valuable and debt becomes comparatively expensive. Like, I understand in an inflationary system, assets go up in value over time as more money is brought into the system. But also debt becomes comparatively cheaper because, $100,000 is worth less. If you save $100,000, it's worth less in 10 years because of inflation. But $100,000 debt is also less in 10 years because of inflation. So what happens with deflation? The opposite. So debt, it becomes bigger and bigger as deflation happens. Then what happens to us socially when this all deflation sort of takes over? And does that mean that we'll become socially unstable? Social instability. Will we take to the streets? Will we protest against the new system? And who will stop us? If the governments are now weak because they have no control, which is what a lot of supporters of crypto want, who will be there to stop people? Who will be there to police it? And will anarchy reign? I don't know if I'm going overboard here with that question, but it's something that concerns me. And again, I don't think people who are promoting this cryptocurrency and altcoins these days are really thinking about this sort of stuff. It's all about just making as much money as you can at the moment without any thought going into the social impact of the future. So that's all the questions. There's probably 1,000 more, but my point today is that I think we just need to have a debate. The governments need to put it on the agenda, start talking to each other about it. Maybe they already are, but they need to come out and make it clear what they're going to do, whether they can see a future for cryptocurrencies, and we can go through the process with in a orderly manner, or whether they're going to stamp it out just like South Korea seem to be doing. Will other governments join in that? A lot of the a lot of people who are into crypto say that it can't be stopped. Well, I'm not so sure, because when South Korea said that they were going to ban it, or that it causes Bitcoin to drop, so obviously some people believe that it can be stopped. There's so many questions, is my point. So many questions that need to be answered, and we need a debate to start, an intelligent debate. As I say, not just this stupidity of all these YouTube videos you see with people with no real understanding of the impact of destroying a system. And I'm not a defender of the current system. As far as I can tell, it's the best we've got to this point. It has issues, and things need to improve. Our obsession with debt and hyperconsumption, all those things, I'm not a fan of. But I'm also not a fan of destroying the current system with another system that we have no idea of the impact. So anyway, that's it. And if you want to have a debate, just go to the comments or go to my Facebook page and let me know your thoughts. Intelligent. Let's not get stupid here with an argument. But if you can have an intelligent debate, I'm definitely up for it. Cheers, guys.